Hello everybody, Carolina Tony. Thank you for stopping by my channel. If you're here for the first time, be sure to go down here and click subscribe. After that, ring the bell so you'll be notified every time we put a video out, which is always Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Today we are here at historic Brattonsville Plantation. Real neat, they have a 17th and an 18th century village here. And we're going to explore this place. But right after this station identification. This is the Mcconnell House. It was built around 1820, and this is typical of the house of the 19th century. Let's go inside. Okay. Here is a lady knitting by the fireside because it is cold. Yeah?
Yes.
And here is the smokehouse. Check all that bacon and ham laying there in the salt, as well as they would tie it up in the ceiling, and a little fire here to smoke their meat. Home of Colonel William Bratton, built around 1776, is one of the oldest homes in York County. Has a cedar shake shingles on the roof. Very simple decor. Can you imagine living back in the late 1700s? And that's all you had to heat with, is that little fireplace, and it's probably just about every room. Let's see if there's one in this room. Yes. It appears this is set up as a school. The blackboard slate tablets. Yes, I'm sorry, the slate tablets. There's the blackboard right there. Billy Blutton bought a buttered biscuit. Did Billy Blutton buy a buttered biscuit? You might remember this house from the movie The Patriot, starring Mel Gibson. This is decorated a little more elaborately than just a plain old farmhouse. '18th, 19th century playing cards. You see the difference? No numbers on them. You had to know how to count. It's like a medicine cabinet. We go upstairs. Some bedrooms. These large houses were designed where just about every room had a fireplace in order to stay warm. And they had detached kitchens because of during the summer of the heat, and also because of safety. And this would have been a kitchen and a dining room out here. And of course, here's the main house with the dining room behind it. But this house here had a kitchen that was entirely separate from the house. And it's out here. And this kitchen here is rebuilt in the 50s, but it stood on the exact location of where the original kitchen was. Very large fireplace. And the oven's over here. And here's stairs, kind of steep. Goes up to the top floor. Probably been used where the cooks would sleep. I think some of the fighting scenes from the movie The Patriot was filmed right out here. In 1843, the Bratton family had 139 slaves. And this is a cabin that was rebuilt on the same foundation as the original in the same manner. Let's go inside. Very modest decoration. Very simple bed. And this wide plank wood up here at the top. Probably would have been extra space for sleeping at one time. And of course, with a very large fireplace. This would have been the foundation for another slave cabin that was here. Original foundation is still here. Here is another log cabin or timber frame house. Of course, a fireplace and table, and even with beds. Clothes still hanging on the walls. I'm just sitting here by the fire, trying to warm my bones. Boy, if these walls could talk. And this here is an old-fashioned woodshed. And there's some switches right there where they take you to the woodshed and tan your hide. Here's a woodworking shed. Table where they carve out, perhaps make some furniture here. I believe this is called a draw horse. And here's a sharpening stone right here. Sharpen your axes and hatchets. Try to keep everything sharp so it makes. Sharp tool is a good tool. Here's how the draw horse would work. This piece of wood here, you secure it by your feet and actually take the draw knife and pull, shaping the wood to make perhaps legs or to plane it down. Look at there. There is a cow with horns. I believe there is another home down this path. Let's go explore. This is the Smith home. It dates back to the 1820s. Let's see if we can get inside. And here is the pigsty. And there are pigs. Big pigs, little pigs, middle-sized pig. Hey, piggy, 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 pig. Hey, piggy, 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 pig. Squeak. Hey, piggy, 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 piggy. Look at them in the mud. I think they got mad at me because I didn't feed them. Suey. 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 And they know what that means. Well, look at there. How are y'all? Y'all doing okay? Nah. Look, back in the back. How about that? One sheep is different. And here are some chickens. And look at this. Here is a cotton gin. The Eagle Cotton Gin by the Continental Gin Company in Birmingham, Alabama. Here is the Wagon Shed. Okay, let's go in the basement of this house. This is up under the dining room. It's partly underground. So you can imagine back in the summer it will be a lot cooler down here. Here's a kitchen where they would do some cooking. There's an old bread bowl over here. And some wood kegs, letting the wine age. And a piece of cheese aging too. Look at these old beams here. You can see the axe marks where they were hewn out with an axe. Here are more slave cabins outside of the Brattonsville Plantation home. There's another one over here, looks like it's open. Let's see if we can get inside. You can see where these slave cabins originally stood, because here are the original foundations for them. And because such excellent records were kept, they know exactly how they were built and what they look like, so they're able to reconstruct them to look like this. To look pretty much as it would have looked in the late 1700s, early 1800s. This particular house here is all original. It says the 1860 census listed Harriet Bratton owning 80 slaves and 20 slave houses. And of those houses, this cabin is a lone survivor. It was built around 1828 and is one of about 4 brick quarters clustered around the plantation house right over there. Because brick was so expensive, most slaves lived in little simple wooden houses. But they kind of thought that to demonstrate Bratton's wealth, that he showed off by building expensive brick homes for his slaves. They think that probably the slaves that were fortunate enough to live in the brick houses probably worked there in the house or real close to the house, where the other slaves may have lived in wooden structures farther away. This brick house here was completed around 1845, and it served as a residence, a store, and a post office. And the wooden portion on the back was added around 1850. After the war, Napoleon Bonaparte Bratton and his wife Minnie and their 3 sons lived here, and they operated a general store. Around 1885, it was moved to a new wooden frame building right next to the house, and you can see that wooden frame building was right here where these stones are, which is foundation of a wooden building. I actually remember when the store was here, and we used to do Civil War reenactments here. There was a wooden building here, and actually I've been in it and bought things inside, and then it burned down around 2004. Well, I hope you've enjoyed our trip to historic Brattonsville. I know I have. Be sure to go down here and subscribe. After that, ring the bell so you're notified every time we put a video out. Also, if you would consider becoming a sponsor / patron, and information is down here in the description button. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. And for now, y'all have a good day. Also, if you would, these stupid cars keep coming by. How can I get anything done? Well, I hope you've enjoyed our trip to historic Brattonsville. Here comes another